We all remember the thing centered around him or the ecosystem. We all remember how when he was being transferred from one hand to another, people were killed.
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
all remember. We all remember the division in the security architecture as we cover this man. So, has he been reformed? Is there any guarantee that he's not going to go back to a life of crime and criminality? So, you know, we have
Are we
just
not
built an
releasing him?
ecosystem.
Are we not
The sad
releasing him
reality of
back?
Nigeria, the sad reality of Nigeria today is that we keep showing the body language that crime pays, but crime does not pay. We should not have a society where we have crime and criminality. We should not have a society where we have evil. It's not good. We should not have a society because we have people that can do evil on our behalf and benefit from that. We should shield them. It comes back to haunt all of us in the end.
Mr. Rufai, the issue of
Yes.
Wadume, you know, it is very interesting because I remember the whole drama. I remember when, the former, I think, inspector, is it DSP? DSP Habakiari, because his men were the one who arrested him. And I know that a 13 count charge was filed against him, although he was found guilty of 2 of those count charges. And we saw the drama that ensued, where it was reported at the time that an army captain helped him, escape during that particular time. You know, there's something specific and spectacular about this Wadume guy that meets the eye, and Nigerians are not talking about it. Is it that there are certain individuals shielding this man, even though he was found guilty of 2 count
You
charges
see,
out of the
you
13?
see, when I speak big English like ecosystem of crime and criminality, you should know that that word is very deep, with due respect. So it shows you there's an ecosystem. I mean, how can a criminal be arrested and there's a fight between 2 security agencies about a criminal? That's to show you there's an ecosystem of crime and criminality. And it is so bad now that the only people that they celebrate in this country is when you have an army of people that carry guns for you, or you are very mean and wicked. You could get away with it. Before you know it, these criminals start to partner with politicians. Politicians start to shield them. They start to work for most of these politicians. They have connection with religious leaders. Criminals start to build an ecosystem. Then the next thing, they start to do one dirty charity to still affirm themselves in society. And that's the kind of government society we've built. And this society will not go anywhere if we don't change that. There's crime, there's criminality. Criminals are beginning to be the big people everywhere. It's so bad that you see law enforcement trying to do photo ops with criminals. Heroic welcome. And I'm sure probably when you ask why they do heroic welcome, it's because, maybe he gives some arms to people, gives some help to people. But the question is, but what about the other people he's hurting to be able to make a means of living? Do we think of that at all? Do we think of the lives he's destroyed? So I think we need to think deeply because we've lost society. We've lost society. You know, the Yorubas have a saying, "Agba ole wa loja kori omo tuntun wo." What it means is a woman can be backing a baby and you have an elderly person in the market and the head of the baby is tilted to one corner. The elderly person will run and put the head of the baby up because he knows it's going to be the pain. But let me tell you what is happening in Yoruba society. Agba wa loja tiwa ori omo tuntun wo. What it means is that the elderly people are seeing all these shenanigans happening and they're not doing anything about it because they are in support and in cahoots. That's the kind of society we are built, and that's a sad reality for my country. That's a sad reality for my country. This was the same country before that if you were a crime or you perpetrated criminality of some sort, you were ostracized. People like that will not even come back to the society because the shame will be so much. But what we can do is to castigate people. The other day we're interviewing the girls from that returned from Boko Haram and Chibok. And they were saying the ostracization was a big problem. The fact that people were always telling them that, you are daughters of terrorists and all of that. But the real terrorists and the bandits, people praise them in society. Is that not the society we have built? So that's just the sad reality of what Nigeria has become.
Okay. Anyway, we'll move on to another headline, but let me just drop this here. I saw a before and after picture of his arrest, where he was flanked with by DSP Abakari, and I saw the picture of his release, and there's a sharp contrast. He was looking healthier than he was, when he entered into prison, but
Ironically.
I know, ironically, I'm not saying anything happened, but ironically.
Make of that what you will. At this point in
Now,
time,
now today, they are arranging the government of Nigeria. I mean, we hear all sorts of stories now. So forget all of that. You saw the investigative journalism job Fisaya went to do, that put himself in prison for a while to check how it goes. I mean, this was crystal clear. Now we know what goes on. It is well with us.
Okay.
all right. This particular story had me really, really confused because the federal government is planning 3 national ID cards